All right, well, I was just running some corn back here because it's been a minute, and I figured, you know what? I need to probably hustle up and get to it and do a little bit more because we've had a 15-inch, snow. It's probably down to about 10 inches now where it's packed down, but I was just walking this field edge, and from up there you can see a lot of tracks. I usually don't walk up here. I was, you know what? I just kind of want to see if they've changed any, and a couple steps in, which is about right there, I started noticing all these beds. And I mean, I don't know how well I'm looking at them here, but noticing all these beds, and check them out. Got bed, 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 beds through there, beds all down through there. There's a rub right over there. So I already know at least one of my bucks for sure shed. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna take a look just in case. So I don't know, I walked maybe 20 yards in. I figured that's about as far as I'm going. I've just been standing here scanning, and I can see tines right next to that bed right there. Old deer bed. Newer one. Me and Jax are out here doing some shed hunting. Some deer tracks leading up to this old mushroom on this tree. They've been eating it. Nothing else. Yeah, it's probably hard. A little hard. Alright, we've been walking a little less than an hour. Just filtering through this old brush. Got timbered a couple years ago. Looking for the hills that have already lost some snow. As you can see, a lot's still holding. Right there. We got one. Nice little one. Number 3 on the year. Number 2 for the day. Another lefty. Oh yeah. They're definitely in here. Alrighty, well, we found those antlers right up here. We're gonna work the edge of this and kind of keep an eye for deadheads by this creek. And sure enough, there's one right here. Looks like a big one too. That's a dandy. Big old buck. Look at that. That looks like the Kraken, kinda. Giant. Alright, well, we just got back to the top of the hill. Found this deadhead. Pretty good buck. 13 pointer. Offhand, I don't know him, but I think he's the 10 point I was calling lucky from 2 years ago that I was going to shoot, and ended up passing him. And just a couple weeks before that, I had him coming in and got a phone call and he ran off. But Before that, we found this guy. Offhand, I don't know if I have him on camera. I probably do. This one I'm pretty sure I do. But yeah, two lefties. And I think there's still a lot of snow that needs to melt, because the one laying flat, if it was on any more snow, you wouldn't have seen it, which was this one actually. But yeah, laying flat, that could disappear in about 2-3 inches of snow. But no chews, catching them right on time. And obviously we take deadheads home with us. But yeah, still to this day, I've never found more than 3 antlers on a walk. So we'll go with it though. That's 2, 4 on the year, and this big guy. So heck yeah, get us a tag for him, put him on the wall with the other deadheads, and yeah, hopefully we find the rest of the matches to these guys and then the bucks that we were hoping to find. But this place, it still has a lot of snow. Only a little bit of it's melted, and we found this down in that creek bottom down there. So we'll look the creek bottom over a little better next time. But it's like I said, it's still snowy. It's kind of hard to walk out here. Of course, it's wet-y. So
Very.
yep, we're gonna pack it up and head out for now, and hopefully we'll come back in about 2-3 days. So thanks for watching. First one of the day. Another left. Let's keep her moving. That's a better one. Number 2 today. Nice. That's a good one. Just seeing this guy. Looks like a year old. Pretty good one. Just walking in this thicket. Looked at this tree and I found an antler. Might be a year old. First hanger in my life. Pretty cool. Number 4 on the day. I beat my personal best. I'll keep gridding in here. Got another one. Right side. Heck yeah. Number 5 today. Alrighty, well, here's my finds for the day. It's an old one, pretty big buck. Don't know that I know him, but that one I think might be one of the 2 nicer bucks we had on camera. The other one's got a kicker about that big, so I'm not sure, but real good looking 3-year-old. This one was in a tree, kind of older, a little chewed up. And I got this guy, another 2-year-old right side, and a 2-year-old left side. I don't think these are going to be matches to any of the ones I've got, but so far so good. Best day I've ever had, 5. Usually I only find 3 at the max, so keeping it going. About walked on this one. Looks like an oldie, but not bad. Number 1 for today. Well, it's a lot warmer than expected. We're 2 hours in. We just kind of gridded our way around this bench, and the main goal was to get to where we can grid back up this side and up this side. I don't know how well this phone is getting this, but we're gonna go up this and then come back down this and then work back up that. It's 40 acres. We're just trying to really grid, but so far we just got this guy really chewed up. Honestly, he wasn't buried in the leaves, so I'm more, I mean, it's last year's, but my problem is with it not being buried in the leaves. I would say coyotes or something has drug it, because I didn't find it last year, obviously, and definitively they usually get buried in the leaves, especially when you have as much snow as we had. So not sure. I'll go back and look at trail cameras for the last couple of years, see if I can find him, but I'm sure at some point he's been on one of my cameras. But yeah, so far not bad. One antler. I'm up to 10 this year. Rather it be a brown, but you know, like I said, we got to grid this, grid that, and then we'll probably go to another property if it ain't too hot. But I was hoping to find more. Here's something over the hill. All right, well, let's see what we can get into. Well, it's been a couple hours, soaked in sweat. No more antlers. Just gridded all this. He timbered it a few years ago, so it's pretty thick, but nothing in here, so might go to another property. Just walking the edge of this highway property. You got a fence line that covers the highway from the private. It's not much, but I kind of figured there's a lot of deer that move through here. I think I have a shed. It might be from last year. Maybe you can hear me over the noise of the highway, but it also may be a stick, so let's go find out. Cool. Man, that's a weird one. Another deep shed from last year. Like a lot of them did that. That's a cool shed. I don't know if I may have him on camera. I may or may not have this buck on camera from last year. That's cool as heck. He ain't even that chewed for being here for a year, but look at that deep pedicle. Very odd. Got a little bit more I can shed hunt through here before I got to turn back. We're going to try to get permission on this property. That's the property that Tiffany's doe ran onto. They don't allow anybody to hunt because they hunt, but I don't believe they shed hunt, so maybe we'll get permission. But that property has a lot of deer, so we'll see. Gross. We don't mind a dead Yodi, but at the same time, I don't like things dying. I got a carcass here. There's a jawbone. I don't know if there's going to be a buck attached to it or not. There's hair. Some more of it. This little bitty stretch is actually pretty good considering it's just highway property, but I've been seeing it on YouTube, a lot of other people doing that. I used to do that as a kid. It's the only places I could find a shed hunt, and sure enough, it's working. Alright, this is a doe. Unfortunate highway kills, two of them side by side, a coyote and a deer. Let's see if we can find some more sheds. Another oldie. Just about chewed in half. Probably last year's, maybe 2 years, but we're on the board. Number 12 on the season. Yeah, just walking this creek bottom, not too far from our stands, a couple 100 yards. Another dead doe. I was thinking it was hit by a car, but it sure looks a little bit like a broadhead hole. Hard telling how long ago. She shot her doe plumb back in November, I believe, October, November. So I wouldn't imagine this is it. But the cut looks like it's in the right place. Total bummer. Just checking this back spot here. I found an antler here last year. It's my buddy Tyson's. And I see a match set. Hell yeah. Nice buck. 27 degrees this morning. We've had almost a week. It's been 40s and up, all the way up into the 60s, nearly 70s. And I don't know. The deer just been shedding early this year, for one. And two, I don't know, I just feel more tuned. And this is my second match set this year. Second side-by-side match set. I don't know, 14 on the year now. Matched my best year. I know it sounds kind of pathetic, but there's not a whole lot of sheds around here. And even more so, there's not a whole lot of properties for us to get shade spots. But these highway spots have been a blessing, honestly. I didn't have very many spots left. None of my spots are very big. I think 40 acres is the two biggest. They're about 40 each. And yeah, ultimately, I just don't have a lot of places to walk other than public, and public gets hit pretty quick, so I'm going to hit a couple pieces of public before it's over. But last year I spent so much time walking public, and I found, like, by the time it got to turkey season, I finally found 7. So I've doubled that, and we're pretty much just beginning. But so far, none of the browns I've found have had any chews, so I'm pretty stoked about that. But yeah, we're going to keep gritting through here, and I got about another hour I can walk. After that, I've got to go work, so I'm going to get cleaned up, get ready, and work. I hear the highway behind me. It's been our couple properties that we hunt that have turned out to be the best have been by the highway, but I've got a couple good properties, but there's so many people that hunt around them that it doesn't give us much opportunity. So all right, we'll stick with it. Been hiking for about 20 minutes. Just getting up in here. This is the first time I've really hit this piece of public this year. So we're going to work through this. This has all been beat up pretty good. And I know there's bedding up there. There was a lot of scrapes I marked 2 years ago. So I'm just going to work to that top, work around that bowl, drop onto another piece of public, switch sides of the road. And then, yeah, just crisscross until we find some deer sign. Right now, I'm in deer sign, but I don't know if it's buck sign. So we're going to nose around in here, see if we can get lucky. Public's a lot harder, and that's just hoping someone else hasn't already gritted all this. These days, it's a fad to do it. I used to love just the second I figured out you could shed hunt. It's just one more thing I could do involving deer. But nowadays, I think some people just do it because it's popular. But it's still fun. All right, let me get after it. All right, well, I've been chomping for a good hour, hour and a half. These hills are crazy. They're super thick. And I'm getting down towards the road, and I was just going to kind of get a feel for where I'm at. I think I got one right here. No, I'm 100%. That's an antler right there. Down here in the very bottom of all places. Check this out. Let's go get it. First one on public this year. Looks like a good buck. I had a couple nice bucks on camera back this way. Right up on that hill, actually. Guess we'll grid this bottom. That's a nice one. Nice. Heck yeah. Good looking 5x. Not bad. First public shed of the year, another brown. This is a personal best year ever. Actually, might have an oldie right here. Maybe. Might be a leaf curled up, but yeah. This is my 15th antler. My new current best is now 15 antlers on a season. And then for me, that actually counts on through turkey, because we usually find a lot in turkey season. But all right, well, I guess we're gonna grid all this bottom really well all through here. Maybe we'll find his other side. That's a pretty good buck. I don't know if I have him on camera or not, but real pretty buck. All right, well, even though it was sad to say that 15's the most I've ever found, I'm pretty stoked about it. So I'm gonna grid through here really good, see if I can find the other side, and yeah, once I grid this side, I'm gonna switch sides and do all that public, and then I'm gonna go to another ridge, which it's all public in the bottom too, but they don't really work the bottom in the middle of the ridge. This being right next to that road, I'm guessing is why. I don't know if it's just because they're feeding on the sides of the road or what, but all right, let's go see if we can match him. Well, it's windy as hell. I'm checking this. This is actually where Jax's doe was, and I looked up. I thought I seen a bag in a tree. I really thought my eyes was messing with me, because this has never happened until this year. This is my second hanger. It's literally right here on the edge of this bedding. I just walked the crap out of this the other day. I can't wait to see what buck this is. It's a decent one, but at least that gives me a heading too on where the other side might be. But it's been windy and cold, so I've been up and down with the hoodie. All right, let me show you what I can see if this phone will pick it up. That's a first for me. That means the other side's most likely around here. We just got to figure out what meat on. There's a nice 10 point that was running around here, and then the 8 he was limping pretty bad. So he's actually, the 10 was more of an 11, but this is a good ailer. Looks like he was working a rub or something. Check that out. Been there for a minute. It's white. Heck yeah. Number 16. I'll have to look at the pictures. I don't remember that little kicker. That might be the 8 though. Nose around over here for the other side. It's probably somewhere in this tall grass. Let's find out. Old doe skull. Actually might be Jax's that I've been looking for. Looks like they've chewed it all up. Man, you hate to see him go like this. And you can see his brain. Coyotes are ruthless. His innards are outards. Oh look, there's his balls. Guess the coyote needed a chew toy.